2 years ago, the day I saw my wife with another man, my life split into two distinct halves: the time when I believed in love and loyalty, and the time when every belief I held collapsed. I had trusted her blindly, defended her in front of others, and built all my future plans around the life we promised each other. But the truth arrived without warning or mercy. The divorce process looked simple from the outside, yet inside it felt like my identity was slowly breaking apart. Court visits, signatures on cold legal papers, uncomfortable questions from relatives, and the suffocating silence of an empty house became my new reality. I decided that if I wanted to survive, I had to completely disconnect from my past. I moved to another part of the city, changed my daily routines, and buried myself in work so deeply that exhaustion would silence my thoughts at night. For 2 years, I kept absolute distance. No calls, no messages, no checking her social media. I convinced myself that silence was strength, and indifference was the greatest revenge. Gradually, the pain became less sharp, though the scars remained. I started going to the gym, reading again, and focusing on financial stability. I kept telling myself that her leaving was actually my freedom. I rebuilt my self-respect and practiced appearing strong in front of others. Whenever her name came up, I kept my expression calm, pretending it no longer affected me. With time, I truly believed that chapter of my life was permanently closed. My days became simple and peaceful: work, home, and learning to live with solitude. Yet somewhere deep inside, a quiet fear remained that the past could return without warning. Still, I reassured myself that 2 years of silence was enough to bury any storm. I had no idea the story wasn't over yet. It was a calm Sunday morning. I was standing in the kitchen making my coffee when suddenly there was a loud knock on the door. At first, I thought it might be a neighbor, but when I opened it, 2 police officers were standing there. Seeing their serious faces made my heart race. They asked for my name and said they needed to ask me a few questions regarding my ex-wife. Hearing this, it felt as if the ground beneath me had disappeared. After 2 years of silence, just hearing her name again was unexpected. But the accusation they shared was even more shocking. She had filed a report claiming that I had been harassing her, sending threats, and even following her. For a few moments, I was speechless. I hadn't contacted her in 2 years. So why all of this now? A storm of questions erupted in my mind, and I realized that the past had returned. This time in a way far more threatening than before. अगर आप चाहें तो मैं तीसरा पैराग्राफ भी इसी अंदाज और शिद्दत के साथ उर्दू और फिर इंग्लिश में बना दूं. The investigation began, and every moment was filled with anxiety and disbelief. The police examined my phone, social media accounts, and old messages. But I knew I was innocent. A few days later, the truth came to light. The threatening messages and accusations had actually come from the man she had left me for. Their relationship had deteriorated so badly that she pinned all the blame on me to cover her own mistakes. The police checked call records and IP addresses, and the truth became undeniable. That day felt like one of the strangest of my life, as I realized that the past not only follows you, but sometimes it returns just to teach you what you were truly saved from. A few days later, the police returned to my house, this time with an apology. The case was closed, and all charges against me were dropped. The man who had sent the threatening messages was arrested, and legal action was also taken against my ex-wife for filing a false report. After the officers left, I felt a sense of peace in my heart for the first time. 2 years ago, I had believed that losing her was the worst misfortune of my life. But now I realized that it had actually been my freedom. Some people do not come into your life to break you. They come to show you what you are truly meant to be saved from. I felt pride in my scars and finally understood that the past comes not to destroy, but to teach. अगर आप चाहें तो मैं अब पूरी स्टोरी